Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your MC for the day, Jeremy Iotti.
Not every day your son introduces you. That was pretty cool, right? So, good morning, welcome. Are you ready to make some noise? All right, you guys did really well. Are you ready to make some noise? You guys have a lot of work because they're really quiet today. So to get you wound up, though, we're going to try something different. We have some people from the FTC team at Arrowhead who are going to shoot T-shirts into the crowd. Where did they go? Here we go. So here come some T-shirts. These are the Knack Attack T-shirts. If you get a size that doesn't fit, you grow. No, if you get a size that doesn't fit, you take them back and they will exchange them for you. Here they come. Wear your safety glasses. Last one. Let's give them a round of applause. Again, if you got the wrong size, you can take them to the concession stands and they will exchange them for you for the right size. And if you really wanted one and you didn't catch one, you can buy them $15 for small through large, extra large, and $18 for double extra large and triple extra large. Then those will be available throughout the day. So, first of all, welcome to Lake Country School. This is our first competition, and this is the Knack Attack Qualifier. So hopefully you're all excited for that. I want to recognize two people from the Knack who've been the leaders of getting this all set up. Brooke Guile. Raise your hand, Brooke. Nobody knows who you are. And Louisa Self. Excellent. So with that, I'm excited to have everyone here. I have to read a script. I apologize. So I have to read a few things, make sure you know what's going on today. So we're going to do that real quick. I'm excited to have you here, and we're going to have a blast. We've been working hard to design and build your robot. Can't wait to see the robots and teamwork come together in this year's challenge. Many of you know FIRST is more than a nonprofit. FIRST is a global movement transforming young lives and inspiring future inventors, innovators, and problem solvers. FIRST engages young people kindergarten through grade 12 in their 4 renowned STEM and robotics programs. There's FIRST Lego League Junior, FIRST Lego League, FIRST Robotics Competition, and of course, what we're all here for today, the FIRST Tech Challenge. FIRST Tech Challenge began in 2005, and in just 12 years has grown to nearly 5,000 teams. FIRST Tech Challenge is getting bigger and better every year, and now is available in more than 24 countries. This continues the transformative impact of FIRST programs, and for this we say thank you. You are part of this movement. All of you are helping make this program possible from the next generation of innovators in this room. This year's challenge has been developed in conjunction with an action-adventure theme. Archaeologists are exploring an unknown ancient civilization. That's what the field is. While exploring, the scientists discover a map which shows that this prosperous civilization has left behind a wealth of information and ancient artifacts that would give insight into the life and prosperity of the mysterious civilization. However, the artifacts won't be easy to get to, and the archaeologists must crack the code to unlock the ancient secrets. Since the voyage could be dangerous, one of the archaeologists must deploy robots to uncover and retrieve the ancient artifacts for them. This year, the exciting challenge involves robots scoring glyphs into their alliance's crypto boxes and creating cipher patterns to crack the code. The game culminates when the robots rescue their relics and return them to safety. Today's competition would not be possible without our dedicated sponsors. We'd like to thank our first Tech Challenge season presenting sponsor, Qualcomm, and our official program sponsor, Rockwell Collins. It's kind of cool how I talk and things just show up behind me. With that, we'd also like to recognize our local sponsors who help make this possible. It worked. UW-Milwaukee and Rockwell Automation. And these are the local sponsors who help the NAC put this competition on. We have Schneider Electric, John Deere, and Midwest Engineered Systems. And more sponsors. If I read them all, we'll be here all day, and I'm not going to do that. So science, technology, engineering, and math studies have never been so important, and the first Tech Challenge is playing a huge role in getting kids involved in these disciplines. Parents and members, competition, parents, right? You didn't have to, you could have sat together, you know. Parents and mentors, your presence here to support your children and students is crucial in this process. Thank you. Kids, give them a hand. Now teams, remember, FIRST does not end with high school. FIRST partners with nearly 200 colleges and universities who want FIRST participants and alumni and have made more than $50 million in scholarships available for you to study with them. Did you hear that, parents? $50 million. FIRST also works with the industry to ensure that internships and ultimately job opportunities are available for you as a FIRST alumni, and to make sure you have access to the most valuable resources of all, each other. Learn more about the scholarships, internships, and alumni networking online at firstinspires.org/alumni. Now, students, I want you to do something for me today. Keep the idea of gracious professionalism in the back of your minds today. Now, hopefully, when they've come to the pits and they've asked you what that means, all of you know what that means, right? There you go, awesome. I like the horns, the Viking. This means you're going to do your best work, and at the same time, you're going to respect and value the other students and teams here. Today is where the rubber meets the road for all your hard work that you've put into designing, building, and programming your robots. Good luck with that. Now, I want to tell you, this is off script, kind of. There's been a slight change to today's agenda. Of the 24 teams, 22 of them passed inspection. So for those of you who are keeping track later for qualifying for state, the packet you had said 7 teams will go on to state. Because of only 22 teams qualifying, only 6 teams will be going on to state today. We want you to know that now, not at the closing ceremonies, and then you yell at me that I counted wrong. Are we good with that? All right. So with that, we have a couple speakers we'd like to introduce. Our first speaker from today is Andrea Shredneck. She is a member of the Lake Country School Board. She's here to welcome you and say a few words. So please give a hand to Andrea.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I, too, have some prepared notes, so forgive me for reading them. But off script, I want to say I am completely and totally blown away by what I see here today. I'm of the age where we didn't have robots. We barely had remote-controlled TVs. And to see what the kids have done, it just, there's no words for it. I don't even know what to say to tell you how awed and inspired I am by what you guys have accomplished, regardless of the outcome. I see this and I see how engaged you guys are in the other room, and it's what education and scholarship and maturing and growing and all of that is all about, and to watch it come to life is just amazing. So I'm excited to welcome you here today and to the NAC for the first competition. I have been fortunate over the years to see firsthand what FTC's team, the NAC, has accomplished and the recognitions that they have received. They have managed to make robots climb mountains, push buttons, shoot balls, and all kinds of and lift all objects to great heights, all to our astonishment. I wanted to share a story with you today about how this has impacted us here at Lake Country School personally. We have a young student who, for health reasons, can't attend school all the time. So a double robot was purchased for him to attend classes virtually. The NAC was able to assist our IT department in building and troubleshooting the robot so that this young student could participate in school just like his peers. I don't know if you've seen it, it was on the news, it's really quite impressive. Now, freshmen and sophomores at Arrowhead High School, we continue to support their endeavors in the FIRST program to bridge the gap between Lake Country and Arrowhead. It's a wonderful thing to see Arrowhead and all of the high schools come here to work with us. Heartland is very fortunate to be the home of 5 FTC teams: the NAC, the Muffin Tanks, the Formal UMIS, the T-Birds, and the Edge, who placed 4th in world competition last year. All students engaged attend either Arrowhead High School or Lake Country School. As a supporter of the FIRST program, we recognize the importance of teamwork, not just among the teams, but within our schools and the community. By encouraging STEM within our schools, we are enriching the lives of our students now and in the future. By encouraging these students, all of the students, we are enriching the lives of the entire community now and in the future. Thank you again for coming, and good luck to everyone.
Now the Edge, I saw you finished 3rd, right? Was it 3rd in Worlds? I saw you right away go, 3rd. We got you. So we have another speaker coming up. His name is Kevin Self. He is the Senior Vice President, easy for me to say, of Strategy, Business Development, and Government Affairs at Schneider Electric. He's also a first board member. It goes to the other side, at Schneider Electric, and first corporate sponsor. Look at that. So Kevin, please have the mic.
Great, thank you. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the NAC Attack. I hope you're ready to have a lot of fun today. So I'm Kevin Self. I'm with Schneider Electric. We're a 181-year-old company based in France, started in France, that focuses on global energy management and automation. And we're always looking for young STEM-educated individuals to help us solve some of the world's biggest problems. So this year, we're sponsoring 25 FIRST teams across the U.S., including the NAC. And next year, we're going to be sponsoring 50, including some in India. We've actually begun an outreach with our India colleagues to get FIRST going there. So in 1989, Dean came and founded FIRST to provide students of all ages the opportunity to compete in an academic setting where everyone can someday go professional. So Schneider and many other companies support FIRST because of everything you learn here. And let me get a bit more specific. Next slide. So as I said, we're a $25 billion company, 25 billion euro, we're based in France. Spend about 5% of our revenue on R&D and have about 150,000 employees. Next. And so our technologies ensure that life is on everywhere for everyone in every moment. There's about 1.2 billion people on this planet that do not have access to electricity today. Not in this country, obviously, in Africa and India, and we're doing everything we can to bring them clean electricity. Next. So we believe access to energy is a basic human right in the way of the present way of managing energy is unsustainable today. And so we have an opportunity in front of us, and this is where you students come in, because the world's becoming more electric, more digitized, and I know you all know this because you all carry these devices around with you that, to Andrea's point, to my point, never existed when I was in school. It's also becoming more decarbonized and more decentralized. Next. So this is the ask. Here's the challenge over the next 40 years. Globally, energy consumption is going to go up 1.5 times. However, carbon emissions need to be halved, which means we need to become 3 times more efficient, which is why we need smart, STEM-educated men and women to help solve this problem for this planet that all of you are on. So here's my message to parents. Obviously, you're here so you understand the value of FIRST Robotics. And it's a great opportunity, as you know, for your children to generate problem-solving skills, technical skills, communication skills, and teamwork skills. And not only am I a sponsor, but I've seen the results from my 3 sons, all of whom are pursuing engineering-related coursework. 2 of them were on an Arrowhead team in 2010 that made it to the World Championships in FRC, and 1 was on the Edge last year that did so well in St. Louis. And my son that's at Ford Motor Company now in his first year joined their board of directors for FIRST. And he's now working in downtown Detroit, working with inner city schools and inner city teams to really bring them what all of you are seeing today. So the key is this first thing is a circle of life. And Dean Kamen, if you meet him, will tell you, you never graduate from FIRST. You are going to be involved with FIRST the rest of your lives. And I see some of that today with some of the alumni students that are here. And so my message to the kids is it's all not about winning with a robot. It's about gracious professionalism, what you learn, the problems you solve, making friends, and having fun. So in closing, we're going to show a brief video that I believe presents the true essence of FIRST. And when I'm talking to my colleagues in the US and globally and they ask, well, what is FIRST all about? I point them to this.
This isn't a robot. It very well may have hydraulic arms, a drivetrain, and a circuit board, but this isn't a robot. This is a lesson in humility, hard work, and collaboration. This is a CrossFit workout for the muscle upstairs. This is an apple for the next generation of Newtons. It's a lot of things. But this isn't a robot. This is a roadmap that leads straight to engineering. This is a rock to shatter 1,000 glass ceilings. A rope to pull a generation up and out of poverty. A sledgehammer to break down cultural barriers. And a universal language spoken in every nation on Earth. And because of that, this is a compass that can help point the way to peace. But please, don't think this is just a robot. This is Glastonbury for technology. This is mission control for the next moonshot. This is the Rosetta Stone to help translate the future. This is the sport that will help us win tomorrow. This is the software to program ourselves to cure cancer, build a clean engine, or step foot on Mars. But this isn't a robot. It's a machine to build the people who will change the world.
Thank you, Kevin. We're almost done, I promise. So at this time, again, thank you very much, Kevin and Andrea, for sharing. We're going to play the kickoff video and game animation, I believe. Yes.
Introducing the 2017-2018 FIRST Tech Challenge. FIRST Relic Recovery. A team consists of 2 driver operators, a coach, and a robot. The robot must be built from materials specified in the game manual and fit within an 18-inch sizing cube. but after the match starts, it can expand. Each match is played with 4 randomly selected teams, 2 per alliance. Your alliance partner for one match may be your opponent in another. The game is played on a 12-foot square playing field with a foam tile floor and 1-foot-high walls. 2 red and 2 blue balancing stones are mounted on the field floor. 4 relics are positioned in the field corners. 4 jewel sets are positioned on the field walls. 4 crypto boxes are also located on the walls. In front of each crypto box is a taped-off safe zone. A glyph pit is also taped off in the center of the field. 24 gray and 24 brown glyphs are randomly arranged in the glyph pit. These foam blocks are 6 inches square. Red and blue relic recovery zones extend beyond the field toward the audience. And finally, the 2 alliance stations are taped off on opposite sides of the field. Prior to the start of the match, teams must balance their robots on the balancing stones. They can be in any orientation. Teams also preload 1 glyph per robot, selecting either color. Then, field personnel randomize the locations of the jewels. They also randomly select one of 3 pictograph designs and install them on the field walls. Each match begins with a 30-second autonomous period. During the autonomous period, there are a number of ways for teams to score, using only pre-programmed instructions. If only 1 jewel is left on the platform at the end of the autonomous period, the alliance corresponding to that color earns 30 points. Each glyph scored in a crypto box earns the alliance 15 points. The pictographs have coded messages indicating which of the crypto box columns is a key. If a robot can decode this message and place a glyph in the crypto box key, their alliance earns a 30-point bonus. Each robot parked in a safe zone earns their alliance 10 points. Following the autonomous period is the 2-minute driver-controlled period. There are a number of ways to score points. Each glyph scored in a crypto box earns the alliance 2 points. A completed row of glyphs earns an additional 10 points. And a completed column earns an additional 20 points. If an alliance can score 12 glyphs in one of the 6 cipher patterns, it will earn an additional 30 points. CryptoBox scores are cumulative and can add up quickly. The last 30 seconds of the driver-controlled period is the end game. If a team completes a CryptoBox cipher, they are allowed to place relics before the end game. During the end game, teams may reach over the perimeter wall and place a relic in the recovery zone to earn 10, 20, or 40 points. An upright relic earns an additional 15 points. And finally, each robot balanced on a balancing stone earns their alliance 20 points. There are many ways to score points in Relic Recovery, but there are also rules that, if not followed, will award points to your opponents. For example, a robot may not control more than 2 glyphs at a time. And robots may not place non-glyph elements into a crypto box. This has been a brief summary of the first Relic Recovery game. For complete rules, please read the entire game manual, and remember to check the Q&A forum. But remember the most important rule in First Tech Challenge: gracious professionalism.
All right, we have a couple slides that are going to show you the key volunteers for today. So if you're looking for something, you know where to find certain people. I'm not going to read all these because I don't know how to pronounce half the names. And then my name's on there, and I feel weird announcing myself again. But these are the people who've helped make today happen. So please look for them. They are in the black shirts like this. The other people I want to introduce, very important group of the day, are judges. Please stand up, judges. These individuals have the difficult job of singling out the best of today's many excellent teams. They've already been busy this morning interviewing teams and reviewing engineering notebooks. They'll be in the pit area watching matches before deliberating later today. And we look forward to seeing the outcome of their hard work at the awards ceremony this afternoon. Let's give them another round of applause. Next, let's recognize or introduce the Field Tech Advisors, or the FTAs. Please raise your hands. These volunteers know the ins and outs of the technology we use to run this competition and are key to keeping the event moving smoothly. They are in charge of ensuring the robots are running properly on the field and communicating with the field control system. Thank you, FTAs. And the word you've been waiting for. And finally, I'd like to introduce our team of referees. They're really hard to find. There they are. Please keep in mind they have a difficult job ensuring everyone is playing by the rules. As in all sports, the rulings are final. There will be no reruns or video replays. We have a full schedule and need to complete all the qualification matches in the time allowed, so please help us stick to the schedule by respecting their decisions and following the appropriate challenge process. Thank you, the referees, and have a good competition. All right, mentors and coaches are critical to the learning experience and our team's success. Many of you are also mentoring teams from one of our other First Progression of programs, First LEGO League Junior, First LEGO League, and the First Robotics Competition, or even First alumni yourselves. On behalf of all the First programs, a big thank you to all the mentors and coaches that are here today for all your time and effort. You really do make a difference. So the biggest question the NAC always gets asked is, what does the NAC mean? So they put together a very short video to welcome you to the NAC qualifying tournament. So with that, Vanna?
I've been sitting here for nearly a minute without entertainment.
Change the battery in the remote. The one on the left.
The one on the left? Well, that's just spooky.
Not really. I have the knack.
The knack?
For technology. My mom says I always have.
I'm worried about little Dilbert. He's not like other kids.
What do you mean?
Yesterday, I left him alone for a minute, and he disassembled the TV, our clock, and the stereo.
That's perfectly normal. Kids take things apart.
Oh! The part that worries me is he used the components to build a ham radio set.
Oh dear.
Is that bad?
Normally I'd want to run an EEG on him, but the machine isn't working. It's worse than I feared.
What is it?
I'm afraid your son has the knack.
The knack?
The knack. It's a rare condition characterized by an extreme intuition about all things mechanical and electrical, and utter social ineptitude.
Can he lead a normal life?
No. He'll be an engineer.
No!
There. Don't blame yourself.
Will it go away over time?
It might, but pray it doesn't. If an engineer loses the knack, the results can be devastating.
And in further news, you might want to get on those...
Thanks for filling in for our regular doctor on such short notice.
I was in the neighborhood.
It's nice to hear some laughter. So with that, the general schedule for today, we are going to go from 11:06 because somebody talked too long, till 12:30. We will take lunch from 12:30 to 1:30 if I'm not mistaken, and then at 1:30 we will start the competition up again. You should have the schedule at the pits. Those were dropped off.